So the Spider-Man Homecoming trailer has come out, and everyone, of course, is having a nerdgasm. So I figured I might go out there and nerdgasm a little bit, because it does look funny. And yeah, okay, it looks funny. It looks a lot to me like the Ultimate Spider-Man, which is a Spider-Man sub-story, or a different universe, I guess you'd say, where S.H.I.E.L.D. gets to Spider-Man at a younger age, and then Spider-Man is the Ultimate Spider-Man, so he's going out there and ultimating and Spider-Manning. But S.H.I.E.L.D. takes over Spider-Man's high school, and then Spider-Man has this real BFF situation with Tony Stark. And personally, I'm looking at this thing, I hope the Iron Spider is in our future. Because, I mean, there have been storylines where, for example, Stark has gotten with Aunt May, and in those storylines, Aunt May is a lot younger and hotter. And, of course, in the Ultimate Spider-Man storyline, Aunt May actually winds up taking out a villain or two of her own. So, yeah, the Ultimate Spider-Man storyline kind of stinks. It's enjoyable at parts, and not so enjoyable at others. And it looks like they're taking a few cues from the Ultimate series when they're doing this particular Spider-Man Homecoming. And, yeah, okay, Spider-Man's a dork, and they're making Spider-Man a dork, and we kind of expect that, and I'm okay with that because I understand, but at a certain point, I have to point out that dorks don't have six-pack abs. You get upgraded to a geek at that point. It's like dork, geek, nerd, okay? A dork is socially unacceptable and totally useless. A geek is a specialist in some field, and they can't have six-pack abs. And then a nerd, like Einstein was a nerd. Nerds are good. We like nerds nowadays. Everybody claims to be a nerd and fails. So this particularly nerdy Spider-Man, I mean, look, he is in such great shape. The only problem this guy could actually have is sort of in his head. And then you've got Michael Keaton playing Vulture in this film. And he looks awesome because it's Michael Keaton. The guy has gone from being Batman to being the Vulture. The Vulture is normally a pretty weak villain. We don't know what to expect from him. This particular Vulture, I don't even know what the Vulture normally looks like, so I couldn't tell you. But this particular version looks almost like an Iron Man sort of a thing, or very similar to a Green Goblin. So they're kind of staying with the tone of the other movies. They're not giving him something different to fight, but when they gave him something different, Electro and Rhino, that didn't go over too well. So there are a lot of things that they're kind of taking from previous movies here. It's just the Green Goblin all over again, only now he's the Vulture and he doesn't cackle. So when I look at this, I'm thinking, yes, it could be a good movie. In fact, it probably is a good movie. But the more I think about it and the more I talk about it, the less good movie it seems like. But, yeah, okay, that hug scene, you know, if you've seen the trailer, and I bet you have, there's a scene where it looks like they're hugging and Tony Stark reaches over, goes, "I'm not hugging you, I'm just getting the door." Because he's basically kicking him out of the car. And there's something really weird about that scene. It's a little too romantic there because, I mean, you know, I get it that in this one, Spider-Man's trying to be BFF with Stark, and Stark's keeping him a little further at distance. And we're not having Stark build Spider-Man an Iron Spider suit yet. But hopefully we will see that in the future, and they're kind of playing up the awkward. I get it, dude. If I were standing next to Robert Downey Jr., I'd be intimidated. But of course, this is Spider-Man, and he could pick up a car. So I do have to say, at a certain point, you know, doesn't having superpowers make you a little less nerdy? I don't know. So, like I say, I would see this movie based on that trailer. I thought it was really fun. I didn't think it was quite as fun as, say, the Guardians of the Galaxy thing, but then I've always thought that was really funny. And you know, in the Ultimate Spider-Man, there was a crossover between the Guardians of the Galaxy and Spider-Man. And there was this one really great scene where Groot comes out and says, "I am Groot." And Spider-Man says, "Yes, you are!" And that was my favorite scene from the entire cartoon show. So I hope I see that in the future. Anyway, let me know. You gonna go see Spider-Man Homecoming? I'd like to know down in the comments below. I'm Richard.